Okay, part 3. So here we go. We have the creep. On the 11th of June 2012, Jane Doe was assaulted and murdered in her apartment by her neighbor, Daniel McStevens. We have enough evidence to make this case open shut. However, it's much easier if you can get him to confess. The previous interrogators were unable to get anything out of him. Perhaps you can do a better job. Jane Doe's body was found, cut up, and disposed of in various bins around the area. Okay, so we have her corpse. Daniel McStevens has a mask made of women's panties. He also has a samurai sword and an extensive porn collection. So this guy is, you can tell just by looking at him a little bit about him. What about the mask made of panties? Okay, so open shut case. This guy definitely did it. There's no other suspects. It's like the last one. It's just a matter. This game is less about a whodunit. This isn't really a whodunit game. This is a whodunit. So let's find out why done it. And not necessarily why done it, but how to get them to tell you why they did it. It doesn't even really matter why. It matters whether you can get them to tell you, because it's Interrogation Simulator. Okay, so do you know why you're here? You're looking for Jane. I hope she's okay. I think he knows she's not okay. What's your relationship with Jane? Oh, she's just a neighbor. What kind of person are you? I'm a virgin. I'm just saving myself for the right girl. Where were you that night? Nowhere, just in my room. Tell me again, what kind of person are you? I'm a virgin, saving myself for the right girl. So why would you have a mask made of panties? Oh, I made that from some other panties. Okay, so we can make fun of him, or we can try and relate to him. You're a lonely guy. So we're going to relate to him. Okay, so now we have a little bit of progress. We've made some gains there. So we can, let's do this. So let's go. Can we have access to your phone? Okay. And so while the geeks in the lab process that, tell me about yourself. Oh, I'm just a normal guy. I don't go out much. What do you do for a living? Nothing at the moment. You're struggling with money? Again, poking for a motive. You're struggling with money? Not really. My parents bought my apartment, and the government gives me money because I don't work. What do you do for fun? Play games, watch anime. Okay, do you mind if we get just slipping a little question among these casual ones? Can we have a DNA swab? Sure, okay, I don't see why not. How's your love life? I'm saving myself for marriage. Okay, enough about that. You stay in touch with your family? Nah, not really. Poor guy. Do you drink or do drugs? I smoke medicinal marijuana. Seems about right. Do you believe in God? Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something, right? Pretty common answer. Okay, so now we've got him a little bit. I don't know if we've really made gains there. I don't know if small talk is too effective with this guy, because he doesn't give a lot away. Again, if you see what this one's based on, this guy really doesn't give a lot away. But one thing that does work here is you're obviously very smart. This works on a lot of people. In general, you're obviously very smart. Yes. Okay. This, again, if you want to avoid spoilers, don't watch this. This is a red herring. You're not supposed to do this. But if you look at the source material, he freaks out completely when he even finds out that we know that she's dead. So we want to keep him. There's just no need. Look, we're doing well with our score. There's no need to punish ourselves. So we got some info from him. We got some DNA, and yeah, it doesn't look good. The DNA is a match, along with the cleaning products. He cleaned up good, and Daniel has scratch marks on his neck. In addition to that, and he has several pictures on his phone of Jane sleeping in the middle of the night. So. Stalker, creep. What about the pictures on your phone? So we have a lot more info. Let's go back. And so we've developed a bit of rapport with him. And so now with this evidence, we can kind of push him a bit. So we can say, where were you that night? Nowhere. Just in my room. What's your relationship with Jane? Oh, she's just a neighbor. Why do you have pictures of her on your phone. If we don't ask him this, he'll say it's because, oh, well, we're just friendly pictures. But he's just told us she's just a neighbor. He wants to remove himself from her, so we'll punish him for that. What about the pictures on your phone? I deleted those. I mean, oh yeah, just some friendly pictures. Yeah, not friendly pictures. You just said she's a neighbor. Okay. Where were you that night? Nowhere, just in my room. What about these scratch marks? Oh, I did that in my sleep. Believable? I don't know. I don't think so. Just in your room? Well, why did you clean up then? Oh, I don't know what you mean, officer. So again, if we show him a picture of the corpse, he might just leave. So we don't need to do that. We can just, I love doing it, and then make him confess. We kind of know what's going on. Hit this guy. Why does he do it? Did he tell us about being abused as a child? Did he say anything about his family? No. Were he and her in a relationship? No. Is he a bit of a weirdo? Yes. Was he angry with her? Did he want her money? Was money a motive? No. Was he angry with her? Did he want to try what he'd seen in the porno? Probably. He had no reason to be angry with her. So yeah. Like they weren't in a relationship or anything. So we have only what's left, and what we have left is a very poor, sad guy who did a horrible thing because didn't really have a good reason for it. Yes, I mean, no, I don't know. Okay, I did it. So we did better than the other interrogators in real life. But yeah, no, sad story. So we get our score, and of course, oh, I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at this game. And we can go tell the alligator about it. Say, hey, Daniel McSteam has confessed. Well done. Despite overwhelming evidence, it's better to take the softer approach if you want them to confess. Indeed. That green bar is getting pretty high. Ha! I really can't hide anything from you, can I? I dare say I've become rather fond of you. How about this? In exchange for bringing me so many cases, you can ask me one question, and I will answer honestly. No nonsense, a straight answer. Okay. So we get to ask him one question. Why did he become the alligator? Why did he confess? Why did he kill all those people? Why did you confess? I am older and wiser now. Killing isn't really my thing anymore, and I can have far more fun from in here than I can out there. Okay, interesting. As he said, simple question, simple answer. Cool. So let's hop out of there, and let's do the assassin. This isn't based on a real-life event. This is based on a game. Tell me if you can guess which game. At 8:47 on Thursday, 7th of April, 2022, a high-ranking Polish military general was found dead in a cupboard in his office. At the time of death, he was surrounded by his elite personal guard, his trusted chef, and fellow General Borutsky. There was also a mysterious man spotted near the scene of the crime. Tip: you must know how the assassin got into the building and killed the general. So yeah, we have to figure out what happened, how. Not just what happened, but how. How did they manage it? How did they succeed in this thing? And we found a suspicious-looking coin found on the guard. So we found a coin on the guard. General Doe was found dead in his cupboard. Cause of death, bullet to the face. General Borutsky was seen by multiple witnesses entering General Doe's office right before the murder took place. He was seen entering his office. The weapon used was a silenced pistol with completely untraceable bullets. Not a shred of DNA evidence linking anyone to the crime, so no DNA. DNA is useless here. And we have our suspects, General Borutsky, the chef, the guard, and the plumber. Just an innocent plumber. Let's start with the prime suspect, the general. Do you know why you're here? I promise you, I didn't do it. I don't know what kind of accent I should do. I promise you, I didn't do it. Okay? What happened? I was in the toilet the whole time. Okay, so he says he was in the toilet the whole time. He didn't do it. It's no good getting a DNA swab. It's also not really much good getting access to their phones. These are just red herrings for this case. This is a military thing. They don't have their phones, so we can just try it. Can we have access to your phone? You'll find nothing on there. See, we don't get anything. Right. Tell me about yourself. I am a general in our nation's great military. What do you do for a living? I am a general. I mean, you can ask these questions. Some of the answers are obvious. You may just be asking that to make conversation, but as I am, or just to show your audience. But yeah, you don't have to ask. You don't have to ask every question. What do you do for fun? Fun? I don't have a lot of time for that. How's your love life? This is entirely irrelevant, but I have a wife and a mistress. They have nothing to do with this. You stay in touch with your family? Of course. Being in the military, I miss a lot of important moments, but that is part of the job. Do you drink or do drugs? Socially, yes. Do you believe in God? Absolutely. Okay. So did we get anything out of this? Okay, you were seen entering his office. I know what people think they saw, but this is clearly some kind of setup. You see anything suspicious? No. I was all set for my meeting with General Doe. While I was waiting, the chef came to me. I have to say, he was looking awfully paler than usual, but he had such a delicious-looking platter of food. He even added his special spice to it as I approached. So how could I resist? Then what? Then, unfortunately, I had a terrible bout of indigestion and had to rush immediately to the bathroom. Luckily, the chef was very concerned for my safety and offered to escort me. The next thing you know, I wake up hours later with my head in the toilet. Okay, so we now have new questions for Chef Jean. What do we think this guy cares about? Does it matter? Do not patronize me, interrogator. Okay, so let's ask Chef Jean about how General Borutsky was poisoned and that he made food for him. So perhaps he did it. What happened? I was working very hard in the kitchen, as always. Do you know why you're here? My boss has been killed. I swear I was busy the whole time. Okay. Tell me about yourself. I am a chef, one of the best in the business. What do you do for a living? I am the best chef in the country, and I serve only the best. What do you do for fun? Oh, you know, the usual. Dinner with friends, a little drink, a nice meal, some music. But most of the time, of course, I am working. How's your love life? Haha, well, I am one of the top chefs in the country. I will probably settle down one day, but not today. You stay in touch with your family? Yes, of course. My mother is the one who taught me how to cook. I make sure to visit her at least once a week. Do you drink or do drugs? Why? You like to drink? Yes, so what? I am a chef, and my meals are always spectacular. Who cares if I like to drink? Did you drink today? Maybe, so what? It does not mean that I am the killer. It was obviously General Borutsky. He is the only one who could have done it. Okay, enough about that. So I kind of zoned out there, kind of got into the conversation. You need to pay attention to these, because if the pressure goes too low, he leaves you alone. Okay, let's finish the small talk. Do you believe in God? Why, yes, of course. So the hot one for him is alcohol. So he was drunk. What happened? This is preposterous. Okay, no, look. This is a serious crime is what this is. What happened? I was working very hard in the kitchen, as always. You made food for General Borutsky? Ah, yes. As you can see, I was working hard the whole day. And so you were the one who cooked the food that would have poisoned him. What? Okay, no, my food would never make anyone sick. I did not give any food to General Borutsky. Okay, so why did you tell me otherwise? Okay, maybe I had a little drink and got a little tipsy, and maybe I had a little nap. I don't know what happened next, because I woke up several hours later in nothing but my underpants. I am definitely not involved in any murder. He woke up in his underpants, so his clothes were stolen. It was 8:47 in the morning. It's a bit early to be drinking. Pah! You try doing my job for one day. I can cook better when I have had a drink. Okay. All I want to know is, did you see anything suspicious? I was busy in the kitchen the whole time. Okay, so we know that's not true, but... Okay, let's appeal. What would people think? Is God the issue? No, maybe his family, your family. He loves his mother, apparently. He's got an ego. But I think his main thing is probably his reputation. What would people think? My career as a chef would be ruined. Okay. I'll be back with more questions. Okay, let's talk to the guard. Okay, what happened? A normal day of... Well, let's first... Do you know why you're here? Yes, I have failed. The general was killed. What happened? A normal day of guard duty. I didn't even leave my post for a second. So why were there pennies on your person? Were you perhaps distracted by a shiny penny, and you had to leave your guard post for but a moment to pick up the penny? Okay, maybe I looked away for just a second, but that's it. If they think I let anyone through, I'll be executed along with the killer. Okay. Did you see anything suspicious? Nothing at all. General Borutsky came in at 8:30 a.m. Then the plumber showed up shortly after for his shift at 8:36 a.m. The general is the only person who to have gone past me this morning. Okay, interesting. He thinks the general is the only person to have gone past him. Okay, let's appeal. Well, let's talk to him. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. In fact, I'm not gonna. You can buy the game if you want to see that. Let's go straight to the next guy. Plumber Basil, age 47. Age 47. Does anyone get the reference yet? He's just an innocent plumber. Just a normal plumber. Do you know why you're here? Of course, General Doe was killed by General Borutsky. What happened? I was just plumbing away all day. Nothing at all suspicious. You see anything suspicious? Only General Borutsky walking into the building before his meeting with General Doe. Wait, so the timing doesn't match. No time to explain. You arrived after General Borutsky. Oh, I mean, all I know is that General Borutsky is the only likely suspect. All right, then. Okay. Little Easter egg, so there is really nothing remarkable about me at all. What do you do for a living? Plumber. How is your love life? There is no time for love in my profession as a plumber. So, could this be our guy? Can we have a DNA swab? Of course. What does the DNA swab say? Basil appears to have no fingerprints and his samples are all sterile. So this isn't a normal... This doesn't appear to be a normal plumber. I think only of my work. You stay in touch with your family? I have no family. You drink or do drugs? No. Do you believe in God? No. Can we have access? No, he's not going to give us that. No, I think not. Okay. So what we might have done is we might have screwed ourselves by being too nice to him. You're not supposed to talk to him. So I'll show you a mechanic. Well, what do we surmise happened? I mean, maybe I can leave it to you, but there's been a little thread drawn here. Again, if you want to figure it out for yourself, play the game, but or piece together with what you've seen so far. I'm just going to tell you. The guard was distracted by a shiny penny and believes that he only saw General Borutsky walk in, except that he must have seen the plumber walk in if the plumber ended up in the building, but he didn't. So he was distracted with the penny and the plumber must have walked in. And then Chef Jean drank too much and fell asleep on the job, which is a big mistake, but he was asleep and he woke up in nothing but his pants, so someone must have taken his costume. And General Doe would have seen someone in the chef's costume looking awfully paler than usual, and who would have sprinkled his special spices on the food before giving it to him, knocking him out, meaning the general was knocked out, meaning that now whoever did it disguised themselves as the general and then walked in, shot the target in the face, and then left and escaped unseen. And this guy was done for it because it was in his clothes. So I know what happened. What I'm going to do now is reset this case. So it's all reset, everything's fresh. And I know who did it. I'm just going to go straight for it. You see anything suspicious? I'm just going to do anything that raises pressure. What happened? We could go for the interrogate. See anything suspicious? Yeah, there we go. And we go back here and we say, what happened? Oh, you won't talk to us, you arrived. See, I kind of botched that a little bit, but we get a little bit out of that. I mean, we don't need a lot. We just need to up the pressure now. We know it was you. We know it was you. We know it was you. No, this man feels no guilt. It's time to confess. So what did he do? Did he get around the guard? Did he shoot him with a tranquilizer, or did he distract him with a penny? He distracted him with a penny. Did he disguise? What did he do next? He disguised himself as a guard, the chef, or General Burutsky? The chef. Okay, why would I do that? So that he could poison General Burutsky. And then only a mild poison, and then as Burutsky, so now he's dressed up as Burutsky, he poisoned General Doe, shot General Doe, or garroted him, and again, all you need to do is pay attention to the evidence, and you'll know that he shot him in the face, and he's guilty. You can't prove it. Well done, interrogator. Of course, you cannot prove anything you just said, but I am very impressed. We could use someone like you in the Secret Assassins Agency. You'll be hearing from my people. Okay, that one's done. There's our score. S rank. Boom. Done. Yeah. Awesome. Let's go on to the next one. The soldier. We've just got 3 left. Jane Doe was a pilot in the military. She lived alone at her home near the airbase. On 15th of July 2022, she went missing. There is only one suspect, but they are intelligent and will be difficult to crack. No body has been recovered yet. Probably should have set this one a little bit earlier, but never mind. The crime scene was cleaned thoroughly, so there is no DNA evidence. I'm going to actually make a note of that. Excuse me while I make a note. Just saying the soldier, not 2022. Alright. William Russell. Age 58, occupation pilot, decorated soldier with countless honors. He is a high-ranking military official at the top of his career. And yeah, there's no DNA evidence. And this guy is a smart guy, tough one to crack. I'll reset to make sure there's nothing left over from last time I played, and here we go. Do you know why you're here? Yes, I've seen the news. Jane Doe is missing. What is your relationship with Jane? She works at the same airbase as me. We have a purely professional relationship. When was the last time you saw her? At the airbase. I can't remember exactly when. Okay. So now we can get some stuff from him, or we can talk to him a bit. I think it's not ideal to get our first bit. So just casually, it's like, okay, can we just get a print of your boot? Sure, I don't see why not. Okay, tell me about yourself. I'm a pilot. I'm married, no kids. I assume you've read my profile. Okay. What do you do for a living? I'm a pilot in the Air Force. You have quite an impressive record. Yes, I've flown world leaders and royalty. There's nowhere left for me to go in my career. So his career is sorted. So we think his motive wouldn't be money or career or something like that. What do you do for fun? Oh, press right click by accident. You can right click and get a bit more information about anything. What do you do for fun? I don't get a lot of free time. I spend most of my free time with my wife. I like to watch a good movie and going to the park. You know, I've pretty much done everything there is for a man to do at my age. Okay, enough about that. How's your love life? I love my wife very much. And his rapport shot up. His pressure only went down a little bit. I believe him. He does love his wife. See, we can use this as a polygraph. You stay in touch with your family? Yes, we see each other during the holidays when we can. Do you drink or do drugs? I like to drink sometimes when I'm off duty. Do you believe in God? Of course. You know, not like the instructor, not like some of the other characters, but a fair bit. Okay, so we softened them up. We softened him up a little bit too much, probably. Actually, I might have to reset this one. Let's appeal. What would your family think? I'm choosing this one because he does love his wife. So what would your family think? Boom. Please don't get my wife involved in this. So that's a source of pressure. He does not want his wife anywhere near this. Why wouldn't he want his wife anywhere near this? Well, let's get access to his phone. Let's get some DNA. And if he's... I should delete that. So this is actually part of why I'm doing this playthrough, is to find shit like this. Just writing that so I can Control F in the code later and find it. Right, of course, no match. So let's actually have a look. Delete his picture. So we have no match on the DNA. But the shoe fits. William Russell's shoe matches the fresh prints found at the scene. The fresh prints of wherever he's from. The shoe print places you at our house. Deleted pictures on his hard drive show William Russell dressed up in the victim's clothing. Open shut. That's why he's the only suspect. Are these pictures of you? So, do we really want to hit him with that? Do we really want to hit him with both of these things? Like, we don't need to embarrass him. Okay. So, what's your relationship with Jane? When was the last time you saw her? Are these pictures of you? What? Is this really necessary? So we can really push him here. The thing is, I'm going to say, and you can see what happens if you take different paths. I'm going to say you don't need to. Because he's a smart guy. If he thinks you're really onto him, he's going to leave. But there's a nuance to it. Let's do this. Let's say relax. Well, you treated okay. Yes, it's all been very expedient. The shoe print, I'm afraid, places you at a house. Yeah, I might have gone there once or twice. I'm just going to say, why did you do it? I couldn't tell you. Just please, don't get my wife involved. All right. So here the challenge is, why did he do it? Did he do it because she hurt him? There's no evidence of that. They were in the way of his promotion. He's at the top of his career, so it's not that. He did it for the thrill. Sometimes you have to find these things by process of elimination. We're going to take all your medals, we're going to tell your superiors, or we're going to raid your home. Which one do you think would be the worst for him? He does care about his career, he does care about his medals, I'm sure. But what was the thing that most got him? It was his wife. He really doesn't want his wife involved in this. So if we raid his home, his wife will be upset. Please don't. I'll tell you everything. Just don't get her involved. Okay, you're guilty. Okay, I'll tell you absolutely everything. Just please don't make a scene at my home. And we have a nice, neat, easy, wrapped up investigation. Cool. Right, I think we'll take a short break there.